Hi, I'm Neil Ward-Dutton. I work for IDC in Europe, leading our AI and our business automation practices. And in these weekly short videos, I'm talking about recent research we've done in our practices, conversations we've had, and ideas we're exploring. And if it's not too late to say so, Happy New Year. I've taken a couple of weeks off to have a rest over the holidays and to take ownership of a new puppy, which has been a journey. And I hope you're all doing well and you're safe. So this week, I want to talk about automation at scale, and particularly about what you might think of as a kind of absolute automation or autonomic operation, which is automated operation with no human oversight or intervention. And the evolution of self-driving cars is a good example. Now, back in February 2019, I tweeted, tell me if I'm crazy. We'll see humans on Mars before we see commercially available self-driving cars appear on our streets at scale. And this was near the peak of hype around self-driving cars, when it seemed that the tech news was full of breathless reporting about how self-driving cars would be everywhere within 5 years. Now, to be clear, I'm not down on the incredible innovation and R&D that automotive OEMs and tech companies have done over the past 5 years in AI and related technologies that enable cars and trucks to drive autonomously. But my view was and remains that there's a colossal difference between having technology that enables a vehicle to exhibit some automated assists or even drive autonomously in some situations, and having the infrastructure and conditions that would enable thousands of completely autonomous vehicles to operate safely in multiple different kinds of situations. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, in the final weeks of 2020, we saw Uber sell off its autonomous driving division for about half the value it was in 2019, for about 3 billion euros. Likewise, last year, private UK-based transport firm Addison Lee walked away from its ambition to launch a fleet of automated taxis in London. It seems that finally the penny might be starting to drop. Just the other day, I saw a recent quote from Michael Boller, who's the Bosch CTO, who said, in level 4 and level 5 autonomy, the industry has realized that the complexity of the automation task, for example, a robot taxi in a highly dense urban environment, is significantly more complex than we imagined even 5 years ago. And, getting perhaps 80% of the way to an autonomous driving revolution is attainable and possible to map out. But it's the edge cases that get you every time. And with things like autonomous vehicles, vehicles operate within a complex system that's very unpredictable. And the challenge of autonomous vehicles is perhaps just the most extreme example of the challenge that always occurs when implementing non-trivial automation at scale. In order to remove uncertainty and risk from the environment, you end up having to moderate and shape the environment around the limitations of the automation. Or you end up having to accept a level of human oversight and intervention. And that's why even the more bullish boosters of autonomous driving increasingly talk about the practicality of it happening on wide motorways or highways where traffic all moves the same way, where there are no pedestrians or junctions requiring vehicles to stop or give way, and where in many conditions vehicles move in quite predictable ways. What does all this mean in everyday business situations? Well, my thought is that when looking at any proposal or idea about the potential of automation, it's really important to consider not only the activity being automated, but also the environment in which the activity is happening. If the environment can't be controlled or predicted, you need to think very carefully about what's going to be really achievable. Thanks very much for watching. As always, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.